statement of intent in this very one. Also consider the fact that she has been battling to keep one coach for a very long time. I mean, letting coach leave because of his health issue, he decided to step down. So I think all of this is going to maybe more like a distraction for her. So for me, I do not see her making any strong statement in this competition.
Emmanuel Gano in Abu Dhabi this weekend. We'll keep our fingers crossed and see how far she can go at the Abu Dhabi Open. She's without a coach, but a fitness trainer definitely will try to keep her in shape. She's had several injury concerns, but I think this British hopeful needs to now begin to gel on the courts. Now let's go to Formula One, and it's been over 30 years since the roar of Formula One engines echoed on the African soil. Can Rwanda and South Africa bring back the sports to the continent?
It's looking likely, because don't forget there are some drivers out there have also been making this call for Africa to be also among the Grand Prix host nation. The likes of Lewis Hamilton has also drummed that support for Africa bid to bounce back and in hosting a Formula One activities. You could also recall that a few months ago the FIA General Assembly meeting was actually held out there in Rwanda, in Kigali, that is in Rwanda, where the president, talking about Paul Kagame, was also using that opportunity to make the request or to make the bidding process, which they are also considering. So for me, I think Rwanda and South Africa, these are the two African nations that possibly say that, yeah, they have what it takes, they have the equipment, they have the facilities, they have the track, the circuit, a good standard circuit that could also, help to host such a standard Formula One organization. So for me, I'm looking at it that at least we are ready this time around. Let's hope that they get, this one right. It's either South Africa or Rwanda, but from the way it is going and from the way the FIA Assembly are also rubbing shoulders with some African countries, I mean, I'm seeing this one to come to fruition.
Next 2 years or thereabout, earliest you can find Formula One on African soil could be in 2027, and Rwanda looks like a likely spot, while South Africa as well are getting up to speed with facilities for Formula One to host the world in Africa. Let's go to basketball, and talking about basketball, the NBA still continues to get to feverish stages now, because some results coming in the early hours of this morning are most interesting. Cleveland Cavaliers beat Atlanta Hawks by 137 points to 115 points. Cavaliers, are they back?
Yeah, I can truly say that they are back. They are winning their 3 games on a bounce right now. So you take a look at their standing, their conference, they are not doing bad at all. So for me, I think they are back to their best.
LA Lakers beat Washington Wizards by 134 points to 96. LA Lakers, LeBron James.
Expected for LA Lakers to do the needful, and especially when it matters most, some of their big names come to the party and they delivered. So for me, for LA Lakers, they just need to keep pushing, because they are not also doing bad in the Eastern Conference as where they are. It's like they are seated in the 5th or 6th position. So I see them continuing this fine form with some of their big name and LeBron James.
Talking about fine form reminds me of Minnesota's scoreline, 134 outs compared to 111 scored by Utah Jazz. Over 23-point win by the Wolves from Minnesota.
A massive one for them out there. They were in the front foot even at the get-go of the game, taking all their chances, especially the 3-pointers. They were very clinical and very decisive on the court out there, and that gave them the point margin. You see them to get the victory out there. But it was a game that was very balanced from the get-go. They were pushing each other, going for the jugular, but at the end of it all, it was 1 point that separated the both.
Let's take a break now. When we return from the break, we'll bring you some more exciting sporting stories, especially in Welcome back. It's Sports Talk here on Atlantic Television Network. I have Mike with me, and together we'll bring you up to speed with the latest happening around the world of sports. We told you how the Nigeria Premier Football League took place yesterday, and we saw some interesting results. Total of 10 goals were scored across the 4 venues where matches took place. First, let's look at what happened at the Yakubu Adokia Mesemeka Stadium in Port Harcourt. Rivers United were forced to a 2-2 draw by Benden Insurance. Is it Insurance forced Rivers United? Insurance was ahead. It's Rivers United that did their force Insurance to a 2-2 draw. And this doesn't look good because they have now dropped about to 3rd place position on the league table, and the 7-point gap between them and Remo Stars.
Not a good result for Rivers United. In their last 4 games right now, they failed to record a single win in their last 4 games, and not a good one in their title chase because just like you said, they are 7-point adrift of the league leaders right now, talking about Remo Stars, and if, they've been pegged back to 3rd position. And it could also interest you to know that El Kanemi Warriors is in the 4th position with the same goal margin with Rivers United, and Rivers United have played 21 games. El Kanemi Warriors have played 20 games. So invariably, if El Kanemi Warriors get to win their game, their next game is going to be 35 points, same point with Rivers United, but on goal difference, El Kanemi Warriors will be better placed than Rivers United. They will further shift. And
I think they should somehow benefit. But let's see. Looking at more results coming in from the match day 21 fixtures here in the Premier League in Nigeria, we saw local derby, what is usually called the rental derby between Enyimba and Heartland, square up at 1-1.
Yeah, I think it was a typical Oriental derby, even though Heartland has not been doing great. But
they scored first in Aba.
Exactly. Heartland has not been doing great, and that is why they are outside of the top 10. Enyimba on their own have been very poor since they were knocked out of the CAF Confederations Cup. They haven't really to the title chase. So for me, I think Enyimba truly needs to improve.
Enyimba needs to improve, going by the results after they are crashing out of the CAF Confederations Cup. Now let's look at Katsina United, Plateau United fixture that took place yesterday in Katsina. The home side beat Plateau United by 1-0. This looks like a good one for in terms of their fortune on the league table.
Sure, for sure. I mean, you saw the fans yesterday who also turned out in their numbers, also cheering the players and the coaches. I mean, they just truly wanted to get all 3 points so as to go up the ladder in the table ladder. So I think it was a very important result for them because the 3 points really matters, which they got. Whether it is 1 goal or half goal, one thing was certain that they were able to take 3 points, which is what matters.
Let's look at the final fixture that took place yesterday. Niger Tornadoes beat Kwara United by 2.
Note in the Nigerian Premier Football League, you must try as much as possible to at least start picking away points. If not all 3 points, but at least a single point, then you make sure you take up all 3 points at home. It's going to help you a lot.
Picking points on the road is exactly what Lobby Star did yesterday at the Gospel Akpabio Stadium on Uyo, because they forced Aqua United to a 1-1 draw. Well, we saw, we really want to say Aqua United seem to have confirmed their place in relegation.
They are going with their form so far this season. I'm afraid if they can be able to even garner the needed point to help them stay afloat, because it has been a very poor result for Aqua United.
Poor home result for Aqua United there. Meanwhile, Ikorodu City in Lagos beat Kano Pillars by
beating some big teams out there. Don't also forget this same Kano Pillar defeated